Hey y'all, it's CherokeeStarfish back with more Titan Quest in the Ragnarok expansion. Oh, we've got a treat for you tonight because notice that little title that just popped up. We are in the Externstein. That is the name of this area. And there's something here that I very much want to show you. Kind of a little secret area. It's easy to miss, hard to find. Clear a little bit of this area here. Ah, these water spirits. I love them, but I hate them. Ooh, there we go. I don't even know what that was. A protective fibula. Okay. I think I said in the last stream that, like, for some reason that makes me think of, like, a bone. Like your tibia, you know? And also your fibula. I don't know if that's actually a bone. There was probably a time when I could name all the bones in the human body, but, like, now I'm not 100% sure how many there are. Is it 206? Is that right? I feel like I should know. Nothing. Okay. Let's get this guy first. Get the caster. There's a lot of tall mountains in the camera's way this time. That's alright. They want to drop cash and potions. I am fine with whatever they want to throw in front of the camera. Okay, yeah, that should be it. So, yeah. We've got to get through the Externstein in order to show you what it is that I want to show you. And, I feel like I'm probably going to have a bad time. And you'll see why when we get there. I don't want to spoil anything. Okay, that should be it for there we go. Oh, I hate these wasps. Okay, so see, on this side of the torches, we're in the Externstein. We cross over here, it becomes the Wild Heathlands. So now, this is really easy to miss. You can walk right past it because, of course, the path goes over this way. We're going to grab this rebirth fountain. The best landmark is you see this kind of cut-off tree right here. Now, notice if you look, you can sort of see some steps. This is going to take us back into the Externstein. And if you've been here for the entire series, this isn't a complete spoiler, but I can give you a little hint of what's coming up. Because you might remember Shadow Maw. Look at the bones. Yep. See a rather threatening cave here. Oh, and you might recognize that name. Oh, come back here, bat. Ooh, ominous. Skeletal Verger. Of course, you are probably familiar with the concept of Verger, if you have played Skyrim at all, and who hasn't at this point? It's almost impossible not to have played Skyrim, because... oh, yes, a bat fang. Good, good, good. We need more of those. Because I think it comes on every system now, including Calculator. They've ported it to everything and remade it a million times. I'm so sick of Skyrim. Okay, here we go. Small chest. Embossed silver plate. Number 1. A large square plate that depicts a person wearing a torque. go. Well, we got the quest item. There's another Verger. This, of course, is meant to be, to represent some of his hoard, his treasure. He's not spawning. Did we get away with the plate for free? Do I not have to fight him now? Oh my gosh. I mean, he has good drops, but I don't have to fight him. Because, I mean, he's one of those bosses, much like Shadow Maw, where he's designed to just... Oh, he's awful to fight. Or can be. I was not necessarily looking forward to the actual battle. But if the game's going to let me get away with the quest item and not have to fight him, then I'm not going to complain. So obviously, that... Ooh, good, Demon's Blood. That item is part of a quest. You saw that it had 1 on it. Experience Shrine. Nice. It's because, obviously, there's going to be more than 1. Not a secret. Not a big leap. We do not have the quest yet, so it's great that we have the quest item, because that way we are off to a great start as soon as we do get it. We will pick that up a little bit in the future. Come back here, Nixies. Trying to kill as many things as possible while I've got that experience shrine active, of course. Yes! Awesome. Got that right before that went off. Okay, stacked rocks. I have to tense myself up. Ugh. Even when I know it's coming, that's so unpleasant. Celtic Cleaver of the Siren. That would be great if we were using that sort of weapon, but... Oh, more centipedes incoming. Unfortunate. Because I hate fighting these. I know y'all hate seeing them. Ooh, lots of green items. Nothing blue yet. Plenty of green. I appreciate that. Head down into this cave, which is mostly a dead end. Man, Onslaught has come in so handy. That really was the right decision. I'm glad y'all let me do that. Because Psionic Touch is great, but Onslaught has just proven to be superior for our particular playthrough. Oh, don't like this. I don't like the noises. I don't like the way that looks. They kind of look like carrion crawlers from Dungeons and Dragons, you know? Honestly. Which, of course, that makes sense because I'm sure that that is what the carrion crawlers are based on. Part centipede, part gross. All nasty. Floor cache. Yes, good. So many beetles. And nothing in there. Okay, well, that's fine. Ugh, it's a nasty pile of stuff. It's a gross pile of bodies. Rigid Carapace, awesome. Because we just used our completed Rigid Carapace in the last episode to make a new artifact. I can't remember. Yeah, okay, it's the star. No, the star heart's the one we got for free for that quest. Cinderbolt. That's the one that required the rigid carapace. Moose. And if you were watching on Twitch, then I did that for you guys because we needed to get some of those artifact formulae out of our inventory. Use some of the ingredients that we had. I can't remember if I cut that part out. I might have trimmed that for the YouTube upload. Why is the music so epic here? Like, just right here for some reason. Just got super epic all of a sudden. I mean, that's fine, but anyway, yeah, so that's one more lesser artifact under our belts. One step closer to the next greater artifact that we decide to make. There we go. These things are so hard to see, let alone target, because of the way they move around, that I almost have to rely on the nightmare putting the confusion beam on them, and then they get that little status effect indicator, little swirly kind of cloud, and then I can follow that and click on it. Boom. Lots of plant monsters. Lots of demons. Oh, here we go. There we go. We will help this desperate Nixie. That voice actor sounds like someone I know from a TV show. Oh man, is that like a Steven Universe character? Yeah, it kind of sounds like the VA who does Ruby a little bit, or well, and I don't know if the same VA does like Ruby, like the Ruby, that also does all of the rubies, but it sounds like a generic Ruby. So I wonder if that's the same. I'll have to look that up. Yeah, this is like there we go. Come on. Yeah, this is another escort mission. Need to get rid of her as quickly as we can, because escort NPCs draw so much aggro. She will help fight a little bit, but mostly she's just a liability. See, look, even with as much damage as we're doing, they go right to her. It's okay. Come on. Oh. That really does sound a lot like Ruby's VA. Also, I went straight over here, like, this is the first part of the lakes that you see when you come up this way, and then she always goes to the same location, and I was just thinking, oh, water. That's where we were going, yeah. Let's get rid of these centipedes, and as annoying as it is, because it is an escort mission, you saw that it's fairly short. It is one of those where you absolutely can come and clear out the way ahead of time, and then take her and have no danger. Nothing that you have to worry about. But what's really important is you get a skill point for doing that, and that's what matters. A skill point that I kind of want to put in Ardor, because last time we had to choose between Ancestral Horn and Ardor, and I put it in Ancestral Horn in order to give us another summon, which is because it's got such an enormous cooldown. That's one of those that you kind of save for a boss, if you can. This we can use all the time, and you'll also see like that it stacks, so that bonus is going to increase over time. But we are 8 points away from maxing out the Warfare Mastery. I'm going to take this free point and put it directly in the Mastery, so that means we will only need 7. So I think that's where it's going to have the greatest benefit. It's going to get us that one step closer. Every point that we put in the Mastery, of course, is one that we can spend on skills instead elsewhere later on. Not to mention we need the health, we need the strength and the dexterity. Because our intelligence is not increasing anymore since Warfare doesn't increase it. And Dream is maxed out. So we're not getting that bonus any longer whenever we put ranks into the Mastery. We're only getting health, strength, and dexterity. We get energy too, but stat-wise. There we go. Hey, I got him that time. Nice. Okay. Down this way. So yeah, that's one of the reasons I've been dumping all of our stat points into intelligence every time that we level up, because that's the only way that it's going to increase from now on. And of course, as we continue to level up, we're going to keep needing more intelligence, more strength, and dexterity, because we're going to keep picking up equipment that's going to have higher and higher requirements or prerequisites for us to equip it. Yes, more demon's blood. Love it. You love to see it. This part of the game is pretty solid for demon's blood, viney growths, and rigid carapaces, because you are fighting a lot of bugs, a lot of plants, a lot of demons. So it's very helpful to grind those or collect those. Okay. Now we move on along. Doodly-doo. On our merry way. There's another rebirth fountain up here, so we will... Really? Thought I got everything. But, yeah, we will mark that. Just right up that way. And then this is the area where you may recall So we are still looking for Udic, right? But our main quest at the moment is we have to kill these 4 entities, heralds, rogue druids, whatever they are, that are worshippers of Nerthus. Because this nature goddess, this primeval nature goddess, whatever she is, she's bad news. And her cult has been sneaking into Glauberg and kidnapping people. So Udic has gone missing. He was not kidnapped. He went off on his own, foolishly, to impress a farm girl who, quote-unquote, friend-zoned him. He expressed his affections for her, and she's like, I'm happy just being friends. And he decided that wasn't good enough, and so to get her to fall in love with him, he went off to do something heroic. We'll see what that is, of course. But his mother actually was kidnapped by the cult. You may, in fact, even recall, if you watched the previous few episodes and were here for it, that her husband, Udic's father, was, like, weirdly not super upset. And that was just his line delivery. Like, I choose to believe that he probably is very torn up over it, especially since they're both missing now. So, like, it's his wife and his son. But the voice actor's delivery of those lines is just very kind of just oh no, my idiot son has run off, and just gosh darn it, right after his mom was kidnapped by a cult too. Dang. Don't think we missed anything down here. Okay, no. But yeah, it's very... It feels very, blasé. Well, that Nixie was right. Her sisters are still not friendly. Oh, I hate that noise. Weird, unpleasant mouth sounds. It's coming from the cultists. Ugh. I talked about how I really like the I really like the ambient voice acting that they've added in Ragnarok, so that it kind of brings a little bit of life to the background, right? So you'll hear them walking around, talking to each other, talking to themselves, talking about you. Yes, drowned slave, because remember, anyone who sees Nerthus' true face, it's the last thing that they see. But anyway, yeah, so I really love those sound effects that they added, but not all of them are good. I love them as a concept, and I think that most of them are implemented very well. But some of them, like just the random smacky mouth noises, are unnecessary, undesirable, unwanted. Oh, well, I completely missed with that. Did you see that? That was the worst distort reality. Look how the Nixies can't cross the water, just like we can't cross the water. Yeah, they can cross down here, but they couldn't cross that. Potion time, potion time. There we go. Nice. Now, there's a lot here in these lakelands. I don't want to miss anything. There's always some stuff that I kind of, I wander past it and have to go back because the terrain is very sprawling and the water cuts off a lot of stuff. But then, you know, you look around and you find out, no, actually, there was a way past. Okay, so we're good there for now. Okay, I'm going to go this way for a bit and uncover some more terrain in this direction, just to give us a clearer picture of the map as a whole. Man, Onslaught is so good. There are just water spirits everywhere. And man, they really do hit hard. Their attacks look like water, but I think that they might actually deal, like, it might be cold damage. So if your elemental resistances are not great, then you're really going to suffer in this part. And of course, ours are not spectacular. And we've got some elemental resistance from our equipment, but that's it. We don't have an ability that's shielding us or anything like that. There aren't really a whole lot that do that, honestly. Aristotle's fibula. Gosh, how'd they get that? We're not even in Greece. In fact, we're quite some ways away. They made a big deal out of it when we left Greece to come here. Okay, that's that. Get all these little nooks and crannies all the way around the edges. Because you never know what you're going to find back here. Some of these places, like, they just are what they are. They're little cul-de-sacs that are dead ends. You know, they have one or two monsters in them, maybe. But otherwise, it's barely terrain. But, you always want to, if you can, clear out every map. Because, of course, you never know for certain who's going to drop what. Or what you're going to find where. Oh, okay. Protective fibulas. Those are brooches, necklaces. Ooh, so 14% intelligence, 6% energy. Unfortunately, not as good as the one we have. What a shame. It may be time. Yeah, it probably is time to just... Gonna go back and sell a couple of things. Darn it. Okay, well, I won't complain too much. I haven't had to do that yet this episode, so... we'll just go back to Glauberg. It's the closest place. I don't want to do like I did in the last stream and just randomly go to Corinth and have to reload a whole other different instance. This is taking long enough to load as it is. For whatever reason. There we go. I mean, that's not really why we're here, no. But sure. Whatevs. Whatevskis. I'm such a hoarder. Keeping all of this stuff. I keep saying that I'm going to make a mule character, and I haven't done it yet. And I really need to. I need to just give up and... Do we have any? Oh, well, we can put that in the caravan, though. Yeah, that's a quest item, so I'll put that there. Okay, good enough. Okay. It's a weird oath to swear, but whatever. Okay, well, I guess I am going to have to go back to Honeberg, because that's where the caravan is. But yeah, I keep saying I'm going to make a mule character. I'm really going to have to knuckle down and do it, like, in between streams this time, and just foist some of this useless garbage that I have been keeping off onto... Oh, there he is. I was searching the map. Off onto another character. Alright, let's see here. Put all of our eggs in one basket there. Okay, now, Demon's Blood. Excellent. We've now got 3 of those, and we've started on another. I love that. Alright, now some of these, like, let's see, Vile Ichor. Excellent. Viney Growth. Okay, awesome. Got another full one of those, and started on another. Lupine Claw. Complete that. Gonna have to find uses for some of these because we're starting to pile them up. Obviously, we have loads of room still in our relic vault, which is great, but we don't want to abuse that. I want to leave that room. That's a lupine claw too. What's that doing over there? Okay, pristine plumage. We've got one of those already started, so that can go there. Boarhide we have. I'm surprised now that we're in the Celtic lands that we haven't seen more giant angry pigs. Honestly. Okay, we used all of the rigid carapace that we had to make cinder bolts. That's out of order. There. Let's see. Troll tusks. There we go. Okay, excellent. We're low on spectral matter, but a lot of these other difficult to get ones like Demon's Blood, which of course I've been, whining about for ages, we've got. So let's see. Actually, Demon's Blood is a great example because it can be used to enhance rings and amulets. So what do we have that does not currently have a charm in it? Well, our Charm of Foresight, which I said some while ago, quite a few episodes back, that I was hesitant to put anything in here. And the reason why is because it is such a good amulet and it's available. I mean, because look at that. That's level 15 equipment. We're level 42 and we're still wearing it because, honest to goodness, we haven't found anything that is just flat out better than it is. That being the case, of course, because whenever you put a relic or a charm into a piece of equipment, if you want one of those back later, you have to lose the other one. So we could separate them, but if I wanted the charm back, we would have to destroy the amulet in order to get it, which I'm not prepared to do. Or we can destroy the charm in order to get the amulet back, and then we can put another charm in there if we find one that's better, or what have you. So now we've built up enough stuff, we have enough duplicates and so forth, that maybe we should be looking into some of these that we have loads of. Could one of them go in here, and then that way we can just leave it so that if we need a completed one for an artifact formula, then we've got it. Because I've said before that my rule is I don't use one of these until I have 2 completed ones, because you want to save one in case you need it to form an artifact at some point, because otherwise it can be so difficult to farm for these because the drop rates for all of them are so sporadic. So once you have 2 of them, then you can pick the better one, of course. You can use that in your equipment and trade it around, and then the crappy one can be used to make an artifact because it doesn't matter what the actual completed relic bonus is or if it's any good. So Sabertooth, being a yellow-green item, can take a charm, And our Honor Guard's Charm of Foresight can take a charm. So we should enhance both of those. So let's see. We've got Demon's Blood can enchant rings and amulets. It's going to give us a bonus to vitality damage and stun resistance. We have some vitality damage resistance, but not all. Well, no, we have... That's bleeding. Physical resistance. There's vitality resistance. Yeah, we got 15%. And then stun is like over here. So what's our stun resistance? 54%. That's not bad. So honestly, what we would be looking at here would be... probably the completed charm bonus, which tells me that maybe Demon's Blood is not the one to put in there, because it also, we've got 3 now, so even though it is hard to farm, we can kind of stop worrying about if we have enough. We should be good. Let's see, Venom Sac, that would add poison damage to Sabretooth, certainly. Albino Spiderweb we won't use. Lupine Claw, now this just straight up adds damage. And that adds attack speed as well, which is pretty good. But Sabretooth is in the same boat, where anything we put in there, we have to treat the charm as disposable, because Sabretooth is such a good weapon. Again, look at that. That dropped its level 22. 20 levels later, we're still using it, because everything else we've picked up has caused our average damage or DPS to go down. So, yeah. So, the attack speed is a large part of that, honestly. If we added a Lupine Claw, we could rack up the damage and bring its relatively middling actual damage rate up a bit. Because, see, it has bonus damage already, and that's a big deal, too. Okay, this can enhance rings and amulets, and we have 2 of them. So, bonus to vitality damage. I don't think we need that. We're not doing a lot of vitality damage. We only have... Oh, that's a Violicker too. What's that doing down there? Why do I have so many that are like out of order? How did that happen? I'm gonna have to double check and make sure that like no others are like that. Okay. Let's see. Tortured Soul. We only have 1 of those. That's not a bad bonus, the damage to demons and defensive ability, but if we were going to do that, we could just use the Demon's Blood, because we have one that's plus 50% damage to demons as a charm bonus, and then also the vitality damage resistance and stun resistance, so that's just way better. Saberclaw, Viney Growth, Fury's Heartblood, that would add a bunch of vitality damage. And a slow effect. Possibly. Okay, let's look over here. We have Persephone's Tears for rings and amulets. We get reduced damage from undead and a bonus to either fire resistance or armor, which is not bad at all. Now, the Blade of Thanatos, this is a really good one. It raises your total damage, and then we can either add bonus elemental damage or increase damage to demons, whichever we prefer. This is a great one, and this is one that I was waiting to make sure that we had another completed one before we spent it, because I don't want to give that up. Let's see. This is torso armor. Okay, so those are our options. I feel like for our weapon, it's got to be either the Lupine Claw or the Blade of Thanatos. And for the Lupine Claws, we can either add a bunch of piercing damage, or we can increase our attack speed even more. Because speed is so important, I feel like that's probably the better bet, but at the same time, we also have Onslaught, which is increasing our speed, so maybe the damage is actually the way to go. Speed equals damage, but like it's a really fast weapon already, which is why we haven't traded it out, is because it is so fast. The other option would be Blade of Thanatos, which is going to increase the damage with 9%, which is it's okay. This is probably a bigger damage increase, but then we can add also a flat 14 elemental damage or a bonus damage to demons. And we have other abilities that increase our damage against demons, so I think I'm going to go with the Lupine Claw. And then for our amulet, we don't really have anything that's protecting us from the undead, and there's a lot of ghosts and things in this chapter. So I'm kind of looking at maybe the Essence of Persephone's Tears, especially because this 15 armor would stack very well with the 10 armor this is already giving us, so that makes that charm even better and gives it a lot more lasting power. Versus the fire resistance, like, that's great, but we already have 51% fire resistance. The other option would be the Demon's Blood, where we could get a quite nice bonus to damage against demons, and then also a bunch of stun and vitality damage resistance. That's not bad. It really isn't. I'm leaning towards Persephone's Tears, but I could be convinced to go with the Demon's Blood, especially because Persephone's Tears is harder to replace. And the Demon's Blood, we've built up quite a nice stack of it. Look at that, we've got 3 completed ones and started on a 4th. I do like the stun resistance. But just a flat 75 less damage from undead and also 15 armor. And we've been kind of slowly outgrowing our armor. The reason we're still wearing the Dark Seer is because of that 18% bonus to armor protection. So, like, I keep saying we need more armor. Yeah, I think I've talked myself into it. I'm going to go with that. So, okay, so yes, and let's see how much this changes. 244, 372, 254, 387. That's not bad. That's not a bad increase. I'm pretty happy with that. And I'm also, like, I'm fine with losing, quote-unquote, the Lupine Claw, because if we find something better and we want to put it in Sabretooth, the Lupine Claw is something we can easily replace. Persephone's Tears less so, but I think that's a really good choice for this charm. Okay, let's get back to it. That was a long diversion. I don't want to just go off on, like, 20-minute tangents, but at the same time, I like to make the game accessible for y'all, especially if you are just joining us. If you are new to the game, perhaps, and don't know a lot about how it works. And so I would love to assume that everyone who's watching has been here for the entire series, but I know that often that's not true. And so for people who drift in and out, or for people for whom this might be your first episode, I want to make certain that you know what's going on and that you feel like you understand the game and why I'm making some of the choices I'm making, so on, so forth. Because, of course, as always, part of my goal here is to encourage you to play Titan Quest for yourself. Dodging and picking up potions. Serpentine, serpentine. Yeah, those shamans can summon all kinds of other monsters that, summon adds, which is not ideal. Well, I got one of them and took her out, so that was a solid Distort Reality. But yeah, Titan Quest, one of the reasons I chose this game is because it still has quite an active following. There are a lot of people who play it, and it is still getting updated. There's still new material coming out almost 15 years later. The Ragnarok expansion is not that old, y'all. So the material, the part of the game that we're in right now, basically just came out. Not like within the last few weeks, but you know what I mean. Compared to the game, especially as a whole, it is effectively brand new. And then, of course, Atlantis came along even more recently than that. And it has been ported all over the place. It's getting a PC remaster, which is coming out very soon. It's going to look a lot different than this, I'm sure. It's going to be controller accessible, which helps because I know a lot of people who, maybe if you're primarily a console gamer, then having something that is available, with controller support is going to make it more likely that you will play it on PC. That you will play that port of the game. And don't forget, too, that, it's on PS4. It's on Xbox One, I believe. I think. And it's on the Switch, which I definitely know because I own it there. So, I want you guys to find it accessible, to know that it is accessible, and I want you to play it and have fun as well. Because the replayability on this game is enormous with the masteries and stuff, all of the different combinations of two. So absolutely pick it up, play it for yourselves. I highly encourage it. And if you're watching on YouTube, there's the link in the video description below where you can find a place to pick it up for yourself. And here, finally, is Udic. Well, a troubled teenager indeed. But we saved him. So, Udic Redemption Arc. Nice. The zombies and wraiths can hit pretty hard, so I feel like I'm already kind of seeing the difference from adding that Persephone's Tears charm. Okay, we should be mostly cleared there. Okay, so we are going to head on around this way, I believe. No, wait a minute. Ancient of the Lake. We need to go this direction. Ancient of the Lake. Where is the path over there? I always get a little lost here. Like I said, I mentioned before that I kind of get turned around in this area. And it's because the way that the lakes are made, there's like some paths that you can take that don't always look like they are available. Shallow water that you can walk through and so forth. And then there are other places that look like you can cross them that, it turns out you can't. Okay, we went down there. Here we go. So yeah, it's always simple. I just have to kind of look around and sort of run into it. But we see another rebirth fountain over there. Celtic leggings of inertia. Once you start kicking an ass in those pants, you'll never stop. You can't. Stop shooting me. Only the protagonist is allowed to have ranged attacks. You've got to play by the rules. Now, sometimes, of course, they put groups of enemies in places like standing here to make certain that you know that you can cross there. Because you see them standing knee-deep in the water and it's like, oh, okay. go. Rebirth Fountain. I believe the Ancient of Soil is down here. Oop. Look at all these elders. It's like they turn into pigmen, you know, if they are with the cult for long enough. No, we gotta get that summoner. There we go. Look at that, just in the time that it took me to take him down, he conjured a plant monster and 2 centipedes. Oh, okay. There were 2 shamans. I guess that's slightly more acceptable. I was thinking, man, he's quick on the draw. I think we might level up this episode, folks. I really do. Because these quests are going to give us, like, a hefty amount of XP. So aside from the monsters, like, once we actually complete the quests proper, we're going to get a big jump from that. That might just finish us off. There's those horrible mouth noises again. Oh, I hate it. There we go. Got that one before he was able to summon anything. Thank goodness. Because, of course, ads always make everything worse. Okay, now... here's a rough decision. This is very sprawling. You can already see it goes all over the darn place. So I'm going to go back upstairs really quickly. Now that we've kind of cleared a path. And I'm going to make sure that around the entrance there that I have gotten everything because we don't want to come back that way. If we don't have to. So I'm going to backtrack just a bit, just a smidgen. Because see right here. Man, they hit hard, especially those large ones. The seaweed skins, something like that. And then right over here as well, back across this little causeway on this island. Go. Just want to, like I said earlier, I want to clean all of this area out because these little cul-de-sacs and things, you just never know what's going to be in there. There could be a treasure chest that might drop a blue tier item, which you're really going to want. And like this over here that goes back to the bottom of that cliff that we saw. And you never know what a monster is going to drop. So when you kill an enemy, they could drop all kinds of stuff. See, look at that. That was a good haul. It was worth going back for. But I mean, like, we have seen in earlier installments of this series how some little nobody monster, some mook, has dropped like a really powerful blue tier item, or some really good green gear, or a set piece, or what have you. And even if it's just potions, those are still valuable. But what you really have to care about is, you know, what are you missing if you don't clear the whole map in terms of that really good gear? Because you just, there's no way to know if you don't get it. And of course, too, I mean, you know, if you don't go back and get it, then you'll never know what you're missing either. But I'd rather have the experience points and the satisfaction of knowing that I killed all of the enemies, emptied all of the chests, and they did not drop some important item that I would rather have not missed. Because then at least I know for sure that I didn't miss it. So you can see this cave's got multiple levels, and it goes all over the place. Takes quite a while to clear out the Nerthus sanctuary. Come on, make up your mind. I saw him thinking about it. He kind of went back and forth. I don't like that these giant centipedes have glowing patches. You see that? Like they glow that signature kind of video game poison green. You know, most poisons are not green. But for some reason, somewhere along the way, that became the trope. So here we go, the altar of Nerthus. Oh, I see him. Let's get that guy. There's another one. There we go. Take those guys out. That way they can't summon. One of the ancients is here, and of course we've got to take out all 4 of those in order to progress. And also because they deserve it. Oop. Okay. Don't want to bite off more than I can chew here. Nope. Come on now. There we go. That's a little bit better. Even those odds. I could have used a summon there, but like they have such long cooldowns. I want to save them for the battle with the ancient. Right over there to the northeast. These trees are really pretty. All of the purple and red. There we go, another healing potion. Man, we are stocked on healing potions. I'm glad, too, because there's been a couple of times where I got really low and had to, like, go back to town and buy some. Not that long ago, either. There he is. You see he's got like a bird head. Oop. Oh, I walked right into that. There we go. All these summons, though. Look at that. Thanks, guys. We appreciate you. All of them being boosted by that by the battle standard. Yes. Thank you. Look at that cash. Oh, it's tasty. So tasty. Okay, well. So that is 1 down. 3 to go. I listened to that tense music. Nerthus is not happy. She's going to be a lot less happy than she already is by the time that we get through with her. Down, boy. Okay, I'm going to go this way next. I think this way goes to the lake. Ancient of the Lake. If I remember correctly, I believe. Now, of course, because Ragnarok is newer, I have played through it and Atlantis many fewer times. then I have the rest of the game. And so my knowledge of it is not quite as definitive. I'm not as confident in remembering the ways around certain maps or where certain monsters are or the strategies for specific bosses. So you will see me stumble through some of the Ragnarok and Atlantis content. It'll happen. I will make mistakes. See, like right now. Here we go. There's that path. This looks pretty during a night cycle, too, because you can see everything lit up kind of blue. Well, we're not afraid of these guys. Not with our new charm. 75 less damage. Floor cash. Nothing. Okay. On to the next one. The first time that I heard them say that voice line where they say, "Oh, sacrifice," I actually misheard them and was a lot more sympathetic to the cultists for a brief time, because I thought that what he said was, "I'm sorry for this." Don't ask me exactly how I heard that. I guess because other voice lines were kind of going off at the time, you know, so it was jumbled a bit. But, yeah, so I was like, ooh, is this mysterious Nerthus, like, mind-controlling people? Oh, no. There's the altar. It's, like, right down there. Oh, it's on the other side. This is a dead end. Pfft. See? This is what I'm talking about. Both what I was just saying about how, like, I'm just not as experienced at this part of the game, and also what I mentioned earlier to the tune of this whole area with all the lakes and stuff is just it can be kind of confusing because there are places where it looks like you should be able to walk around or cross over and you can't, and vice versa. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh. There we go. All of our summons. We got this. We got this. Yes! Ah, that was really close. I did not want to have to run away, and I thought we were going to bite it, and I was going to have to, like, portal back. That would have been a long walk. To wit, when we face the next one, I really should throw down my portal stone. Okay, there we go. A new relic. Cernunnos's Majesty. Enchants armor with reduced damage from plants and beastmen. So, pretty cool. Okay. That's 2 down. Back into the caves. And yeah, this really is, because it is so sprawling. If you die here, like, that's why they do put a rebirth fountain kind of back at the beginning of the cave. But it is still, like, depending on where you are and which one of them you're fighting, it is a real walk of shame. I see you, my guy. There we go. Okay. So, We went to the altar and got Sky Guy. We went to the island and got water. So now we've got to go down this way. I can't remember if the next one in order is soil or... I think it is. See, I hope that you can kind of hear what I'm talking about, that voice line where, you know, if other stuff is going on and your attention is divided, you can kind of maybe imagine that he's saying, I'm sorry for this. And I was like, wow, are they brainwashed? That is kind of what cults do. That is a feature of cults. They often brainwash people. Is hers the same? And it kind of especially ties in with like Udyk's storyline, where he ran off to join the cult because he thought that it would make him cool and powerful, and then that girl would like him. Awesome, a Batfang. See, y'all are my good luck charms. I'm getting all kinds of good drops today. The game hasn't given us any blue items because we have been getting so many... yeah, this is soil. We've been getting so many whatchamacallits. Energy shield. Locked by the Guardian. Yeah, we have to go this way first. We've been getting so many good relic and charm drops. Oop, don't stand in that. Come on. Oh, our other summon is about to come off cooldown. There we go. Oh, I hate that rune because you put that down on the field and then you get slowed by walking through it. Got him. Pop. That's probably legit. And yeah, okay, we've got to go back and still talk to him too. Okay, what is that? A throwing axe. Surely I can make room. Surely. Maybe. There we go. See, that wasn't so hard. You don't have to make me go all the way back to town. I promise. Excellent. Alright, one more. Just one more. And we're also pretty close to a level, too. I'm actually thinking, do you think we should pop back and turn in that quest before we do this, maybe? Because that might bump us over. Maybe. I think that I will. Now, let's see. He has to be in... Yeah, he's in Glauberg. So, let's go back and talk to Udyk's dad. And then we can sell a couple of these garbage items that we've picked up as well. Free some inventory space so that we don't have to play more Tetris later. There we go. Lol. I mean, if you're happy with it, sure. There we go. And I know we can pick up that helmet. There we go. See? NBD. I love how she's like, more practical applications. In other words, like, you want me to sell you explosions, don't you, adventurer? Like, yes, absolutely. I do. I am in fact looking for explosions, if you have any. Okay, well. We only have a couple of charms. I don't think we need to worry about going all the way back to the caravan just to take care of that. And we are so close. We're so close to a level that almost did it. So that means that killing these monsters here and killing the Ancient of the Land should put us over. Which is what I want. I want to level up before we open that energy shield. Ooh. Oh, oh. Goodness gracious. There we go. There's the level. And a free heal, too. Oh, man, he left the radius of our battle standard, but that's okay. I'm sorry, that was a really exciting battle to watch back there hidden behind that tree branch. I'm sure. Cash, cash. Ooh, lots of cash. 10,000 floor cash. Okay, excellent. His is kind of the easiest one because you're just, like, you come right out here into the glade and he's just there. Okay, excellent. So now we've got to go back down to where that energy shield was, but first retrieve the artifact. Okay, we can do that. Now let's see. Intelligence, again, both of those. Because, of course, when we increase warfare, which we're getting ready to do, our strength and dexterity are both going to go up. And because that's been happening, because, you know, warfare and dream both increase strength, that has long ago become our highest stat. We don't have to worry about it anymore. Okay, so let's see. Put 1 point in that. And, that puts us at 34. So if we put 2 points in each time, it'll take us 3 more levels to max that out. We could use 2 points to increase our abilities this time. Maybe. Because we did get that freebie. But I also... I put it in there so that we could get to this faster, though. So, and I said that if I wasn't going to do that, then I should have just spent it on another ability already anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then, let's see. Our remaining one... Haven't put a point in Distort Reality in a while. Or our Nightmare. Need to level up our Dream Image. Especially because that makes it last longer. Our Healing Aura, of course. All of our passives really need to level up. Battle Standard's been such a big deal, though. Dodge, I mean, they're all good. Okay. No, now I'm going to put one in Ardor. That's what I'm going to do. Because that way, when we have stacks of Onslaught, our movement and attack speed are going to increase. There, I don't even know why I debated about it. I knew I wanted to unlock that. Okay, Portal Stone. Well, Altar to Nerthus. You see here, massive wooden gate sealed by quest. What do you think will happen when we do this? Yeah. If you guessed something terrible... There we go. Not as bad, perhaps, as you were fearing. Alright, but then again, we did already have to fight, like, 4 pretty strong mini-bosses. Or, you know, in order to get to this point. So, fair's fair, right? Okay, nothing there. Go back out this way. And here we are. The Zealand coast. Check this out. The blowing snow. And now is when that Persephone's Tears charm is really going to come in handy, because suddenly we are fighting a lot of powerful undead. And that's going to be a trend that continues for some time to come. They are really going to ramp that up on us here. Whew, and look down there, you can see the quest hovering down there. I want it. Well, we'll get there. Ah, Wolf Rider trolls. Behold, they ride on wolves. Alright. Back underground again. That was just to give us a brief taste of where we're headed. And then this is going to loop all the way back around for quite some distance. And we're going to come out that other cave entrance that you saw. I like the idea of the Storm Revenants with their, like, sort of misty, cloudy aura. I think that you can take something that is pretty commonplace when you're talking about game and world design. Oh, hey, look at that. There's our first blue item. So we leveled up and we got a blue drop. Awesome. This did turn out to be a great stream. Well, it's always a great stream, you know, when I get to play with y'all. But, let's see. Here we go. Bormo's Arm Ring. 80 armor. Bunch of bleeding resistance, poison resistance, vitality, damage resistance. 10 health regen per second. My goodness. Minus 10% recharge. 10% chance of minus 80% energy cost. That's great for casters. Plus 2 to regrowth and rune of life. And then all pets get 10 armor and 40 health. My goodness gracious. Now that is not as good for our build as what we have. The resistances are great, the health regen is great, but like the recharge and the skill bonuses are just not as good. So this is ideally for someone who is who has rune and nature. That is spec'd especially for them. But anyway, I was saying that about the Storm Revenants, like, they're just a neat idea, because I think when you're talking world building and game design, if you take something that's fairly commonplace or that seems fairly mundane, and think about it, like, The Walking Dead is not something that would be mundane in our world, but in a fantasy world, it's something that we take for granted, right? Like skeletons and zombies and stuff, they just get up and walk around. Dem bones, as the song says. So, you know, just a plain old skeleton is not that interesting by itself anymore, because you go in expecting it. Skeletons and zombies are just a thing that are going to happen to you at some point. They're a component of the adventure that is not a surprise. So now you take that same skeleton, you know, and you give it a little bit of backstory, right? Like, you know, one great trick for undead monsters that works pretty much every time, and this is useful for you tabletop DMs, give them something that gives a hint as to who or what they were in life, right? Like, make it explicit. Not just like they're wearing armor or carrying a sword and that implies that they were a warrior. No. But rather... Ooh, we're back to Tritons. But rather, you know, give them like a diary or a map or something like a locket with a picture of a loved one on the inside. Which is, you know, horrible, but at the same time, it reminds you that these undead creatures were people. There we go. Stolen bundle. Bundle of cloths with different colorful patterns. That will belong to somebody. Likewise, give them some sort of special property, right? So the Storm Revenants are a great case. Just take a mundane skeleton and set it on fire. Cover it in electricity. Ooh, another blue item, yay! Okay, so I'm gonna have to drop something to pick that up, you know. We'll come back and get that other thing. Yes, I can. Oh man, this is a sword, and it's a one-handed... Oh, no, it's a spear. Darn it, I thought it was gonna be a sword because it was taking up a one-space column. Thought, oh, maybe it's an upgrade. No. It's pretty solid, though. Very solid. Let's see. Pierce damage, energy leech, bonus energy leech, dexterity, bonus attack speed. Emasculate? Temporarily drains an enemy's strength and vigor whenever you take damage. Okay. Sure. Let's go ahead and move our portal. This is like my third trip back to town. Dang. We sell a couple of things, and then we should have room for all of this crap. Oh, and also we can turn in that quest. Fire. Sell that spiral ring. I'm actually going to sell this potion just to get the space. Anything else? I feel like there's another ring somewhere. Did we already sell it? Yeah, I guess we got rid of it last time, didn't we? And we don't have any other side quests to turn in, so yes. Well, I like that anyway. They'll know better than to mess with Tutorigos again. Like, no, they'll know better than to mess with the Godsbane. Like, you didn't do that. Oh, you mean like just the button to, like, pick up items all over the place? Ooh, hey, an arcane formula. Nice. Ooh. There we go. Go down. I mean, I can. So, you know, the button does work, and that is something I've not shown off. So for those of you who are watching that might not have known because you've not seen me really do that, you can just press the A button by default to pick up common items like golden potions. The reason that I don't do that is because of the way that I have my hands positioned, because I've got my right hand on the mouse, and then I have my left hand with like my thumb on the M button to bring open the map at will because I use it so much, and then I have my fingers across all of these buttons up here, and so the A button is just all the way on the other side of the keyboard is what it is. Is that... Oh, okay, we already got that. That was the stolen bundle. So yeah, that's all. The button works perfectly fine. It's just I have my hand on the other end of the keyboard. So it would be really awkward and difficult to press A quickly. I can take my hand off and hit the A button. But it's actually easier to just click and pick it up in most cases than it is to fool with it. Maybe you can. I think we already have a northern outfit on, but which one is it? Is it it's the gold one. Let's see. Maybe one of these others would be better. How do you guys feel about black, white? Those are the classics, of course. Crimson, royal blue, hunter green. Black would kind of bring all this together. White might give us some camouflage. Let's try the white. There we go. It doesn't do much right now. There you go. You can see it a little bit better when I take the armor off. All right. Ooh, the power of Nerthus. Oh no. Where's our main? Oh, okay, so there we go. We just have to find all of the stolen goods and bring them back to him. So we have one of them. Another one is going to be in this cave. He didn't really say that. The thing is, he's talking about the weather. He doesn't actually tell you what you're looking for, so you kind of have to consult the guide on this one. Because otherwise you don't know what you're looking for. There are markers on the map, but particularly because that first one you find before you even get down to the bottoms of the cliffs and talk to him. Like, the game just really does not tell you the way that it usually does that, hey, explicitly, this is what I need for you to do. Here we go. And this is going to come out right on top of one of the others. Whoop. Whoop. Oh my. No, I don't want to open the chest. I know that's wild, but there we go. Haha. There's a stolen barrel. Oh my goodness gracious. All I want is to just have room for a barrel. I just want room for a barrel. There we go. That should do it. I mean, I'll take all the praise I can get. All right. Feel free to validate me at will. And there we go. That's it. Okay. Now I'm sure that I won't be able to carry any of this stuff. So I'm going to try. Okay, I've got room. I just need to put all of this stuff over here, like that. Need to rearrange things a little bit better. Now, here's what I really need to do. Okay, I will put the charms here. And I will put this new spear that we're keeping there. Aha! See? Look at that. That's the game I'm really good at, is Tetris. Alrighty. Back over this way. Oh, well, I just blew a whole distort reality on one troll. Go me. That's overkill. That's alright. There will be more reality to distort, I'm sure. Look at him just hanging out on the side of the mountain like that. Silly boy. There we go. That's where distort reality comes in handy. Okay. And of course, you can probably guess he's going to take us on his boat to Scandinavia. Or Scandia. Once we bring him back all of his stolen goods. Not quite a chariot of gold, but a decent longboat anyway. You see these trolls? Look at that. Wolf riders. They didn't have wolves. They were just kind of like merged into the ground. I've never seen that. That was weird. Man, I love when that hammer goes off. And here we go. This should be the last of it. I almost kind of hope that there's nothing but cash and potions here for me to pick up so that I can actually carry it. Because I'm probably, yeah. Oh, gosh, I do have room. Thank goodness. I was about to say I probably will have to go back to town or something just in order to make room at this point. Oop. Oop. Stop that. Stop waving your magic stick at me. Stop it. I'm begging you. Okay, here we go. Now I've got the theme from the Love Boat playing in my head. Thank you. Which is terrible because, like, the only part of that song that I know is The Love Boat. And that's it. So, like, it's just that on loop. And nothing else. Yes. Imagine our harbinger here just kind of like holding the nightmare at the front of the ship. Like Leonardo DiCaprio in Titanic. You're king of the world, little guy. Okay, there we go. Now we just gotta go take those back to, what's his name? Wobald. First. We actually are going to go back to Honeberg this time. Because I want to put a couple of these charms away in the caravan. Okay, so let's see. We've got Sigurd's Courage. And that is going to complete that for us. Awesome. So that is our first Ragnarok relic completed. 8% pierce resistance. And then there you go. Scaling bonus to dexterity. 15% bleeding damage. Not bad. Okay, now this one. Carnunus' Majesty. We don't have that, so we just got the one. And this is going to finish our Bat Fang. Awesome possum. So now we needed a completed one of those for one of these artifacts, and I don't remember which one. But now we've got it. There we go. And 2 rigid carapace. Was it this one? No. Oh, this is the new one we picked up. Yeah, I've never gotten this one before. Satyr Bones. So we need a Soul Shiver, which we have the recipe for, the formula for, but we don't have a completed one. Troll Tusks, which we are on our way to completing, and a Scroll of Persuasion, which we can easily get. So this is one we might be able to make. Bonus vitality damage, life leech, bleeding resistance, vitality damage resistance, +2 to runic mines, +2 to Circle of Power. So, okay, so it's not necessarily one that we need because it's obviously for the rune mastery, but it's still cool that we've got the, oh, actually, let's see. It's still cool that we have the thing. Here we go, Wraithguard. I think this is one, might be the only one? Because we've got the Batfang, Archimedes Mirror, so we just need Scroll of Ice Nova, which is easy to get. Do we have any others that required Batfang? I think that's, nope, this one. Here we go, Shroud of Eternal Night. We don't have a finished Valor of Achilles, but if this one is really good, and this might actually be an upgrade from Death Rattle, y'all. So that's the one that we wanted to make. So I need to get some Valor of Achilles. Okay. Well, we will work on that. Is this better than what we have on? Slightly less armor, but it's got energy regeneration, scaling intelligence, energy leech resistance, increased experience points. We just lose our automatic, like our free Warhorn, but that doesn't go off all the time anyway. Huh. I don't know. I really don't know. I'll have to think about it. Let's see, I'm keeping those because they're skill bonuses. This we can throw away. Yeah, okay, well, we'll think about that. Y'all can tell me what you think. You know I love it when you do, but for now, we're going to head back down and take the captain's lost cargo to him. If after you teleport for a moment or two, you can still hear some of the town sound effects. So, like, there was just randomly a horse neighing in the background after we teleported out here into the frozen wastes. The storm-swept cliffs high above the sea, and just in the background, meh. Oh my god, look at all of these dolphins you killed, or porpoises, or... No, seals. Those are seals. Okay, now, there is another cave up here. You can see it. Because these quest items are taking up so much of our inventory, I am going to go back down in here and turn that in first. Just to get them out and clear a backpack. Yeah, the stuff you didn't mention? Yeah, we do. There's like a little hiccup in there indicating he drank the beer. There we go. He is just drunk enough that he's willing to risk the storm. Okay, but first... take out all of these Muirgain. Because of the way their name is spelled at a glance, like my brain just kind of reads it as Muirglen, like the brand of tomatoes that you get in the canned foods aisle. Oh, that horrible fog. It's a sea witch. Embossed silver plate number 2. We don't want to leave that behind. There we go. That's what I wanted to pick up from in here. You can see it's a dead end, so there's not really anything else. So now it's on to Scandia. Go back down here to the captain and have him take us along. Yes, we will. Whew, and now we can relax for a little bit because we're going to come out into a new town, a new hub area, with a new rebirth fountain, of course, and all the other appropriate stuff. Okay, so we are on the lookout for Nidbald if we want to go further. Further north. I think it is too cold for those crabs to just be hanging out on the beach, personally, but what do I know? They must be snow crabs. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Aha. Whoop. And look at this. Already got our first quest, and it's Nidbald. Fir cone liquor. That just doesn't sound appetizing to me. Like, I'm not a drinker, but pine cone liquor? I just don't know. I'm skeptical. Ugh. Wolves everywhere. I keep waiting for them to breathe frost, like in a Dungeons and Dragons game. Ah, but here we are. King Gilfie's settlement. Down here we find the shop. There's the Arcanist. Yeah, it's a good question. Ooh. Not better than the Sabertooth, I don't think. Yeah, no. Oh well. No harm done looking. Because we can always just sell it right back for the purchase price, so it's whatever. There's our caravan driver. Here is our other shopkeeper. I love this track, by the way. This music is great. Don't have anything we want right now, sorry. Maybe later. Here is our enchanter. I love that every time. It's like, I guess you can see him, but he better be happy. But I bet you'll go in there, though, won't you, hero? You'll go into a haunted barrow and retrieve grave goods for this random old woman that you met. There's our new portal. Excellent. Oh, that's the Scald. It's a storyteller. We don't care about that. Now here, check this out. I love this area. This is where the mystic is. Volva. Sears with a quest. So there we go, the magic cauldron now. Now you know what the embossed silver plates are for. So yes, that's why we have been collecting those, and we already have 2 of them. So we just need 2 more because there are only 4 that she cannot find. So we'll have to keep a lookout for those. First though, it's about time to end this stream. I want to go up here and speak to the king before I say goodnight, and we'll see what he's got to say. Because this is going to be the continuation of our main story quest. Some king, look at this. I guess just because we're from Greece and we've traveled through China and Egypt and all of these other fantastical places, it's like, I've been to the underworld, you know, I've seen bigger throne rooms. I saw the immortal throne. Well, I am my mother's savage daughter. Well, so we'll have to find Ylva then, too. We've got a lot on our plate. There we go. That should keep us occupied for some time, and we will get to all of that and start ticking things off when we come back for the next episode of Titan Quest. Next Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is New York and Miami time here in the U.S., and I hope that you'll join me then, just like I hope that you'll also join me on Mondays and on Saturdays for other series here on Twitch, or over on YouTube. Once I upload those videos there, you can find the whole playlist for this series and for all my series there. I usually try to upload the day after I stream, and also you can follow me on Twitter, on Facebook, and on Pillow Fort for updates about things that are going on here on the channel and any other important news that I might have to share with you. So I always love to hear from you guys. Please leave your comments, like and subscribe, and all of that other great social media stuff that you hear about if you are so inclined. I do really appreciate it. I love having these adventures with you guys, and if you want to give me your input in the YouTube comments or in a Twitter message or wherever, then that is always a pleasure to read. So, until then, have a good week. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you for more Titan Quest next Thursday. And as always, thanks for playing.